Zhong1 Fa1yin1. Zhong1. Zhong1 Fa1yin is pinyin for Zhong1 Fa1yin, which means Chinese pronunciation. And by the way, pinyin is, I could put this in the chat, for traditional Chinese writing. Yeah, we're gonna put it in the chat. Zhong1 Fa1yin is Chinese pronunciation. Zhong1 Fa1yin. Every Chinese character is represented by one syllable. Zhong1 Fa1yin, right? This is Chinese pronunciation. Zhong1 Fa1yin. So the Latin text you see that looks like it says Zhong1 Fa1yin is actually pronounced Zhong1 Fa1yin, right? And that means Chinese pronunciation. Chinese is Zhong1, Zhong1, and pronunciation is Fa1yin, Fa1yin. All right? And so when you use the Latin letters, it's known as pinyin. And when you use the traditional letters, well, we'll get into that on another episode. So, by the way, pinyin is written in a certain way, and I'm going to share it with you. Pinyin Pinyin is written as pinyin, right? And pinyin is when you use Latin writing or Latin letters along with tone marks, as you see in pinyin. That's what pinyin is. It's basically Chinese, but Chinese using Latin letters. It's a phonetic system for China or Chinese, or what we can now call Zhong1. 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 So welcome to the Zhong1 Fa1yin. And we're going to start with pinyin, because the root of Fa1yin is always going to be pinyin. And excuse my pronunciation, but for the most part it is good. Or excuse my Fa1yin. Now Chinese is kind of easy because it's all in the same word order as English. It only gets difficult when you get at the other differences. Well, the differences, because that's actually a similarity. But it's not really that difficult if you can just get over the shock of it being so different, even though it's really not that different, because there are similarities. Pinyin. Pinyin. That is the way you write Chinese down and using Latin scripts. And so this is going to help us, being that we're well versed in English. So pinyin is the Chinese language phonetic system. It is used to write Mandarin Chinese pronunciation with the Latin character set. Alright? Now let me give you a Chinese word. Ba. The name of that Chinese word, or that Chinese word, is ba. 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 And it means the number 8. Ba means the number 8. So it's equivalent to English's ba 8. Ba 8. And the way it's actually written is like this in pinyin. Ba. That's how it's written in pinyin. One of the things I like about the Chinese language is that it forces you to somewhat sing it, especially if you're a foreigner and you're really trying to pronounce everything right. Pinyin. So before we get into the tones, or as we get into the tones, gotta break down the letter or the character, Chinese character known as Ba, which stands for the number 8, and is written in pinyin as you see in the chat. In Chinese, every character responds to one syllable, or actually it corresponds to one syllable. Therefore, one syllable indicates the pronunciation of one character. Okay? So one character per symbol. So you see the symbol, that's one symbol. Ba. It, I know it's two lines, but the two lines form one symbol. You'll know when you're dealing with one symbol. Some symbols are a combination of two symbols, or 3 or 4 symbols, but you'll be able to tell by the dimensions and by how everything is arranged. You'll get used to symbols. When you see ba, from now on you will know that ba is the number 8, or the word 8. Alright? In Chinese, every character responds or corresponds to one symbol. Ba. Syllable consists of 3 parts: an initial, a final, and a tone. So when you're writing pinyin, you only need to worry about 3 parts. Okay? An initial, a final, and a tone. Initial, a final, and a tone. Initials are always placed at the beginning of a pinyin or pinyin symbol. You can only use one initial per symbol. Each initial is made up of 1 or 2 letters. There are 3 initials total in Chinese. 23 initials total in Chinese. So that's almost like saying there are 26 letters in the English alphabet, or 26 consonants. That's almost like saying there are 26 consonants. But instead of saying 26 consonants, we're saying 23 consonants, but we call them initials in pinyin. Alright? So there are 23 initials. Now the pinyin tone mark is always added above the vowel of the pinyin final. So you have finals. and finals are placed after pinyin initials. So you choose one of the 23 initials, and then you choose one of the finals. There are 35 finals. All right. Now I know that seems like a lot, but you should have expected more from Chinese. Okay. You only have to learn 23 things, and then 35 things. 23 and 35, 58. So there are only 58 things you need to learn. That's right. Only 58 things you need to learn. 23 initials and 35 finals. I guess you could add 4 to that 58, 4 or 5 to that 58, which gets you a 62 or a 63 when you include the tones. So, in total, you have 62 or 63 things you need to learn. Once you learn those 62 or 63 things, you will function in Chinese. Alright, so there are 5 tones in Chinese. Pinyin, if you include the note tone. So that means it doesn't have a mark over the vowel of the final. Alright? The final, the finals are basically vowels. They're all rooted on a vowel. All finals are rooted on a vowel. An A, an E, an I, an O, a U, and a special U that is like E, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So it's kind of simple, but there are a few different types of A's. There are actually 5 different types of A's or A's. What we're gonna call A from now on. There are a few types of O's. There are a few A's which are E's, but we're gonna call it eh. Actually, we're gonna call it Actually, that's what we're gonna call it. We're not gonna call it E anymore. We're gonna call it And then after we have E, which is the old I. It looks like the letter I, but it's E. And then we have the U, which we're gonna call that ooh. And then we have a special letter U that we're going to call EU. So, oo, U. Two different sounds. Right? Alright, so are you ready to continue and finalize our pinyin knowledge? Should I count them for you? Like I said, it'll be 62, 63 things. We'll just say 63. 9 times 9. Actually, 9 times 6. So it goes like this. A, I, ow, an, ang, o, ong, a, n, ang, r, e, ya, yao, yan, yang, ye, you, in, ing, yang, u, wa, y, wan, wang, o, we, un, you, yue, yuan, un, you, yun. Alright? And so those are all of the finals. Those are all 35 of the finals. And then the initials. 23 initials. B, D, G, J, Z, J, Y, P, T, K, Ch, S, Sh, W, W, M, N, H, Sh, S, Sh, F, L, R, which basically is easier if I just read it out to you in English because it's the same thing in English. You just have to get used to how you pronounce it in Chinese. But it's a slightly modified one because there's some that look the same and sound very similar, uh, and that are going to take some practice. But it's basically B, D, G, J, Z, Z, H. So the difference between Z and ZH, you have to work on that. Y, P, T, K, Q. You have to work on Q because Q is pronounced like ch, like church, in the beginning of church. Chi. C is a regular S to us. Ch is CH, and then you have W, and then you have M, N, H, X. You have to work on X because X is like Z or something. And then you have, or what we would, I don't know. X is like, you gotta work on X. And then S, and then SH. Right? So how you spell these P, will actually give you the ability to type in Chinese characters on computers or Androids or iPhones, but you could easily type real Chinese characters to go along with your messages or your emojis or your stories, or just to let people know that you're cool and you understand some Chinese. So yes, that's F, L, and R, and the R is kind of pronounced like in the the sound in the middle of the word measure. So it's like j, it's like j, 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 j. So yin, which means person or people. Yin, yin, yin. All right, that's how you pronounce the R. So this is Sunday, July 30th, July 30th, 2017, 10 a.m. And this is Pinyin. Or really, this is actually, it's not Pinyin Fanyin. It's